For its entire life, the Grecale has been the small Maserati, the polite one, the one that parked in the shadow of every giant on the luxury block and said nothing. This is the 2027 Maserati Grecale, and the world's most extreme machines get the premium breakdown they deserve. If this is your kind of content, hit like, subscribe, and tell me where you are watching from. Now let us get into it. Before you look at anything else on this vehicle, look at the front, because this is where Italy stopped whispering. Look at that grille, tall black blades standing upright in a wide oval mouth, with the chrome trident rising dead center like a weapon on display. No bright work, begging for attention, just black on black on black, and one silver fork of lightning in the middle. Above it, a slim LED blade stretches across the nose, glowing with a cold blue tint, and below, two vertical light strips cut down the corners of the bumper like war paint. The Maserati script sits proud on the edge of the hood, written in cursive, because even the aggression here has handwriting. And then you step back and take in what the Grecale has become. A long, tall, three-row body dressed entirely in gloss black, a roof rack up top, turbine-style black wheels with the trident in the center caps, wide arches, running boards, real presence. The old Grecale asked for a compliment. This one collects them. And we have not even reached the best part yet. Most big SUVs go soft at the rear. This one sharpens walk around the back, and the Italian in this design takes over completely. The rear glass rakes down like a coupe, capped by a genuine spoiler, something no boxy rival in this class would ever dare to wear. The taillights are curved blades of red linked across the tailgate by a slim chrome bar, and beneath them sits a huge chrome trident, centered on the black panel like a crest on a shield. This is not a cargo door. This is a signature. And then, down low, the promise. 4 round exhaust tips, 2 on each side, set deep into a sculpted black diffuser. Every other flagship in this class hides its pipes out of politeness. Maserati frames them, because this brand has never once believed that luxury should be silent, and those 4 tips are a written guarantee of the sound this thing intends to make. And that is the real promise of this rear end. Muscle outside, certainly, but a vehicle wearing this much black, this much attitude, has to be hiding a softer secret behind the glass. So let us open the door, and this is where the black suit opens over white silk. The front cabin is ivory, everywhere. Quilted leather covers the seats, the doors, and the entire face of the dashboard, stitched in a chevron pattern that catches the light like fabric from a tailor, not a factory. In the middle of it all sits Maserati's little signature, a real analog clock. Standing on the dash like this cockpit still believes time should be beautiful. Below it, 2 screens stack down the center console, glowing against all that cream, and the gear selector is cut like crystal. Sitting in a bright metal ring, the steering wheel wears the same ivory leather with the trident in its center, and the pedals behind it are drilled metal, a quiet reminder that underneath the silk, this is still a Maserati. Sunlight pours through the glass roof onto all that white, and the whole cockpit feels less like a car interior and more like the inside of an Italian atelier. But here is the strange part. For 100 years, the best seat in a Maserati was always the driver's. In this one, that is suddenly a real debate, because open the back door, and the Grecale stops being a car entirely. 2 individual white thrones fill the rear cabin, quilted in that same chevron pattern, each with the trident embroidered into the headrest. The door panels flip the palette, deep navy quilted leather framed in cream, so the whole room feels dressed rather than trimmed. Between the thrones, a full-length center console runs like a bridge, carrying its own screens, its own vents, its own controls, so the people back here never have to lean forward for anything. A widescreen monitor faces the cabin with the trident glowing on it, and above everything. Now, a mission like that still needs muscle underneath. Because in a Maserati, beauty has to move. Expect the heart of this thing to come from the Nettuno family, a twin-turbo V6 with hybrid assistance, delivering serious power with that sharp Italian voice those 4 exhaust tips were promising. Air suspension would read the road constantly, calm for the passengers in those thrones, firm the moment the driver asks for more. Drive modes would run from silent city cruising to full voice, and wrapped around it all, the complete safety suite. 360-degree cameras, automatic braking, lane keeping, adaptive cruise. Because a cabin this serene deserves a bodyguard. And then there is the cost of actually living with it. And here I have to be straight with you, because this is Italy, and Italy sends bills. Service through Maserati's network is never cheap. Parts arrive priced like imported jewelry. Fuel for a twin-turbo flagship is a standing appointment. And depreciation on this badge is famously brutal, beautiful today, discounted tomorrow. Owning a Maserati has always been an emotional decision wearing a financial disguise, and this one will be no different. Which brings us to the fight, and it is a crowded one. The Lamborghini Urus is the loud Italian, faster and far more expensive. The Porsche Cayenne is the benchmark, brilliant and parked on every third street in every rich neighborhood on earth. The Range Rover owns calm. The BMW X3 owns tech. So what does the Grecale own? The one thing none of them can buy: rarity with romance. The Trident still stops conversations in a way German badges simply do not, and in this class, being unforgettable is its own kind of horsepower. Now let us talk about the money, because this is the part that actually matters to most of us watching. A flagship Grecale like this would land somewhere around $160,000 fully loaded. And I know exactly what that number does to you, because it does the same thing to me. That is serious money. Not the craziest number we have covered on this channel, but the kind you have to plan for, save for, and think about at night. So, let us be honest with each other for a second. The way friends talk, not the way a salesman talks. If you work hard, save carefully, and could stretch to reach this number, should you? And my honest answer is no, not if stretching is required. Because this badge can lose half its value in 5 years, and the running costs never take a year off. A vehicle should never cost you your sleep, and an Italian flagship, as beautiful as this one is, has a long history of testing its owner's patience along with their wallets. So who is it actually for? The person who already has the essentials locked down? The house, the savings, the safety net, and now wants the one vehicle at the country club that nobody else thought to buy. The person who hears those 4 exhaust tips clear their throat and genuinely does not care what the resale chart says. For that buyer, this is not a financial decision at all. It is a love story with a warranty, and that is the real test here. Not can you reach the number, but whether reaching it costs you your peace. If it does, admire this one from right where you are, because Maserati built it to be admired, and that part is free. So here is where I land. The 2027 Maserati Grecale is the small Maserati that grew into the best-dressed flagship on the road, black and menacing outside, ivory and serene inside, with a trident on its face and a voice in its pipes. It is not the sensible choice in this class. It is the beautiful one. And some days, that is exactly the point. But now I want your honest opinion. Did Maserati just build the most desirable full-size SUV in the luxury world, or should the Trident have stayed small and sharp? And be honest with me, the driver's seat with that crystal shifter and the V6 singing, or the white throne in the back under the glass roof, which one are you taking? Comment below, because I really wanted to discuss this.